Hey, good morning.
Morning. Are you
Oh, hi,
high?
friend. Hi,
Morning.
friend.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway,
Yes, it's a good something.
cheers to you.
Yes. Are you drinking wine? Or is
No,
that
this
your?
is that 12% alcohol beer I like.
Oh boy! So you're gonna get drunk and we're gonna have a good show. Can't wait.
We're gonna try our best.
Yeah.
All right. We it's crazy. We had questions even before the podcast started.
Oh, people just geared up.
Yeah. Do you guys run those fucking plastic clips? Or O-rings on the lower arm. I run O-rings. What do you run?
O-rings.
Yeah,
Can you see them?
yeah, they're nice. No, no one can see them really, but
O-rings all the way, all day, every day, kid.
yeah. And for folks who were like, "What the hell are they even saying?" Well, so this is an arm for an A12. I'm sorry, an 800R, and then there's like a ball that goes in a plastic cup that comes in through the hole, and then you have to secure that ball plastic cup thing. And originally they had clips that you'd slide on, and sometimes they'd shoot across the room. And yeah, you can kind of see your you can see the O-ring right on top of the plastic clip there. I have not found where my O-rings are, but I should have some somewhere. Let's hope.
Or you'll be running that fucking plastic clip.
Maybe, or I'll run the fucking plastic clip.
Yeah.
And then another funny comment. IFMAR would have started the race already. Yep. Got it.
Yep.
It's time. Got my beer. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit.
And then yeah.
Let's get this going. All right.
People,
well, thank you all for joining in and getting ready to listen to this shit show.
Yeah. As I was like looking through emails this morning or this afternoon, we got our Track Rats year in review email.
Oh yeah.
And so we've been a member since 2019.
Oh wow.
And there's probably way better ways to show this.
Yeah, your camera's a little fuzzy again. You probably need to clean it.
I did, bro. I think it's just when the light fluctuates, it has problems. So like
it looks blurry.
Anyway, so apparently this year,
yeah,
we have 154 new subscribers.
Nice.
We had 38.2 thousand views. Our most
38,000 views.
Yeah, 38.2 thousand views. I don't know.
Wow, almost 40.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
Our top video of the year was the no sound how to build an Awesomemax 800R video for 141 hours.
So absolutely neither of us talking was our best video.
Yes.
So more of other shit, less of us. I think that's what that's saying.
Well, whatever. Anyway, as I recorded that video, it was I had like TV on in the background. My wife was talking to me, blah, blah, blah. There was no audio useful. The most liked short that we had was Machler. It was entitled Machler Getting His Mindfuck On, #Mindfuck1000.
Oh.
And then the most popular live stream with 29 comments, that's how they deemed it being popular, was the Snowbirds recap.
Oh.
In 2023. So, maybe they shot their load too soon because this show didn't happen yet. All right.
Right. It's still, Worlds 2023.
Yeah.
You need to clean your, seriously. You need
Bro, look, watch this. Here is a fucking wipe for glasses. Watch. Wax on, wax off, motherfucker.
It's better.
Okay, whatever you say. I've already done it.
No, it really is better. Like I'm not. I mean, this is better.
Okay. I'll wax on, wax off some more. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe you'll look better after I do this.
No. I think we're working on you here. This is all about you. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
look! Oh my God, so
Yeah.
clear. I can see
All
that
right.
zit on your forehead. Like I mean, like you were.
Don't sit on my forehead. That's not right. That's a birthmark.
Oh, see, yeah, much better. It's less distracting this way.
First, you were my fashion consultant, and then whatever. So,
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm just trying to keep you on the right side of everything.
yeah. Question. No 12 scale at Birds for FJ and Mangler. No, I think Mangler will only run 12 scale.
Yeah, I'm only running 12 scale. I don't run touring car on carpet. I have foregone that miserable experience. I'm running touring car the way it's meant to be, which is on asphalt.
Okay.
How the people have intended it all along.
Yes. And I don't know. Ask me come the new year. I might not hate 12 scale anymore, but right now I'm done.
Yeah, I really don't want to look at our 12 scale right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of done.
And then what's the conclusion on Kemp's mangled 12 scale? Well, we'll talk about that.
All right. You want to talk about it now?
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
And then even the goat says it's way better.
Yeah, see?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't want to listen. This is your problem. I think this is what we really comes down to. You don't ever want to listen.
Okay.
I think this is you have a listening problem.
Sure.
I might find somebody else in that house that might agree.
Only me and the dogs here. But nice. Some people.
I mean, I'm actually this is my new build right here. So this is my new I got long ass battery wires. But
yeah. And is that actually a new build or it's just a rebuild?
No, it's a new.
Ooh, look how shiny the bottom of that chassis is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. When are you going to run that sumbitch?
At least January 12th. For sure.
If this was me, I'd be like, hey, look, it's January 11th. Let's get this done.
Well, I like to prepare.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do better when I prepare. I'm hopeful. I'm not sure if they will, but we're racing at Nuggets in Arcadia, and if they have a practice between now and then, I want to be able to go to it. So I need to get my stuff ready. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of part of the reason. Like, if they want to get wild and crazy and say, hey, one day we're going to have something out there, come on out. I want to be able to do that. So that's kind of the motivation to get stuff done a little early. But I for sure will be running on the 12th, 13th weekend.
Yeah. No, I get it. I don't have as much done as you do.
No, you do not. I thought you were going to be all in. We had Christmas parties all week, and you could just sit at home and work. And
well, no, I've been working. So anyway, I should be building right now. Actually,
no, because that's annoying as fuck. I hate when you do that.
All right, good. Well, then we definitely should do it.
Yeah, we're back to the listening thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You and Goater both think you're funny. And then I
love all the comments. This is awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what racing Baco this weekend. I'm not sure what Baco is. And
that would be at Bakersfield.
All right. Well, they're going to try the new sweet tire there. All right. Well, let's know how it goes.
Well, they've been running it.
Cold as shit right now.
You think it is? Not in Bakersfield, is it?
It's probably not super warm, but
it's cold as hell. I mean, I got a hoodie on. This is.
Yeah, are you okay? You have the sickness?
It's cold.
Uh-huh.
I got sweats and socks and a hoodie on.
All right. So, what's on your Christmas list, Mangler?
I don't know.
You don't have anything? What's on your Hanukkah list?
I don't have anything on that either.
What?
Yeah.
Have you been a bad boy?
No, I don't know. I just don't. I'm like gifts and stuff. I don't like receiving gifts.
You don't like gifts? No?
No.
Do you like giving gifts?
A little bit, but like
Yeah.
receiving them is not. I feel weird, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if I just need something, I'm just gonna go get it myself. I don't need a gift.
The gift that keeps on giving is a new singlet.
Ooh, there you go.
Who doesn't want a new singlet? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's our count up to? Are we over?
We're on 34 people right now.
No,
I
no, I'm
told you,
talking like overall,
what do you mean?
like subscribers.
Oh, I don't know. Who knows? We'll get to that. I on my Christmas list, I put multiple great things. I
Okay.
said I would like the garage door lifted, so I can put a car lift into it.
I don't. How did that happen? How can you do that?
Well, it doesn't, instead of it coming up like to normal garage door height, it like the rails go up and it goes up against the roof.
Oh, so like you have more room inside your garage.
Yes, vertical height.
How tall is the garage? Is it 10 foot?
It's over 10. It's like a good 13 foot.
Oh, so you could do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
so I put that on there, and I put a 4-post lift.
Yeah.
And
Binford?
what's that?
A Binford?
I don't know. I don't think any of this will happen, but I'm just saying what I put on there.
Okay.
And then I put a 7-foot by 14-foot tandem axle trailer.
Okay.
I also put on there.
You're dreaming big, kid. I like you.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you dream big. Like, yeah, I would feel uncomfortable. I feel weird just thinking about asking about stuff like that.
Oh no, it's fine. Just go for it. And then I also said I would like a new pair of gloves that are nice, and a new pair of gloves that aren't so nice.
I bet you're gonna get the gloves.
And then some jeans. And
oh yeah, jeans and gloves. I think those are going to be 100%ers.
Yeah, possibly. Anyway,
because otherwise, I'm probably gonna get a text from Jamie. What the fuck is a garage door 4-post lift?
Yeah, probably. That's fine. It's okay. Oh, look at this. We got the vice champion here.
Oh shit, Mark Styles.
Yeah. I don't have any bird flu or COVID or anything like that. Are you feeling okay? I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling fine. Yeah. It's just cold here.
Yeah.
Like, it was below 60 this morning. So like,
yeah, that's real cold. Dude, yeah. I walked to work this morning at 7 a.m. It was fucking 32 degrees outside.
That's insane.
Yes.
I would have drove my own car, or at the very least got an Uber.
Yeah.
No. Like, no way. I'm not walking in 32 degrees.
Yeah, it was 32. It's 42 now. So apparently we have 319 people. And apparently it's going to be 78 for a high in Fallersfield. Yeah. So,
you mean Baker Tucky?
Maybe. Whatever.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I think
Baker meth.
Oh wow, Methsville? No, that's not right. That's over here.
I saw this is funny. I saw this map. It was of California, and it had 3 sections. So California is pretty much a vertical state, right? And they had the Pacific Coast, and it had this little band, and it was really, really small, and it said rich people who live on the oceanfront property, and it was all the way down. And then it had a little bit of a line in there. It was about 3 times as wide as that little line that was on the coast, and it said meth. And then it had the 3rd line, and it said people going to either national parks, Las Vegas, or meth.
Could be right.
So yeah,
could be right. Also, in that heartland of California, they also grow stuff. So
yeah, meth.
Anyway, moving on. So, I proposed
alienate the Californians or something.
No, I had proposed a little bit of structure to today's show.
Yes, you did. You actually sent an outline and you had notes, and I said I pretty much agreed. I had an idea too, and so it was essentially the same idea.
All right. So the very first question we had was for this past weekend. Did you have fun?
Yes, I did. Okay. Did you?
I had fun.
Good. No, I thought it was overall. I think we talked enough shit about this thing and how how it probably wasn't going to be the greatest event ever, but I think all in all it turned out very well. I think it was well run, it was well organized. The facility, Robbie and crew did a great job. It was clean. They cleaned every night. The bathrooms weren't all fucked up or anything like that. That was always a plus. We were lucky it didn't rain. I think that that helped too, especially with people outside pit. Because you imagine going outside trimming tires and standing in water? Yeah, that would have not been fun. So I think that was actually a benefit. The weather was a little suspect. It got cold and chilly, and especially like in the mornings. And then, but I think even when we had the doors open or closed, I felt the track didn't change too much. I don't know what your thoughts on that was, but I thought it felt still pretty. It still stayed pretty consistent, even if we had doors open or closed.
Yeah, I think just grip kept on building. That's all. I don't think it was a whirlwind of change or anything like that. And anyone who was there at the event, like Mark, love to hear what you have to say. We know it's late for you, but it's cool that you're tuned in to see what's happening. But yeah, I
subscribe and share.
Yeah, all those things.
We need those.
I thought over time, just the grip kept on raising, but like the morning of qualifying, the first day, Thursday, in practice, I shocked and awed. I think I had the 4th fastest lap time. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. I got something.
Yes.
And then I proceeded to send the fuck out of my shit in round 1. For at least 7 seconds worth of accidents, if not more. And I felt like, honestly, the track changed, and it kept on changing. And
really,
the layout, unfortunately, you're driving 12 scale cars on this fucking layout. It's not like they're big or anything. So the groove is, about as big as a 12 scale car. And whenever you got out of the groove, God help you. All right. If you didn't believe in Jesus, you were still begging that he would protect your car somehow over the next 4 corners where you just were at peril of destroying it endlessly. So yeah, I think grip built, but then the cars got the track got weird. It got slimy. The very first run in the morning, I thought it often felt very good. And then it would just suck the rest of the day and progressively suck.
I didn't feel any of this. I felt this track actually felt pretty consistent. I mean, honestly, this is interesting that we have such a difference of opinion. I mean, yes, I think the one day that we left the doors closed a little longer than we normally did. I think that day the track did get a little greasy that last run, but then we opened them up for the last run of the day, and I think it went back to normal. But yeah, I think to answer your original question, not necessarily a grip question, it was a fun race. I had a good time. I think that obviously there could be some things that were better, but overall, it was a good experience for my first Worlds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mark is saying he's been to 6, easily in the top 3. I've been to 2 12-scale Worlds and 1 touring car Worlds, and I think the show at Milton Keynes was just a little cooler because the
way you're in the mall and all that.
Yeah, you're in the mall. There's an actual there are non just toy car nerds there.
Yeah.
But and it also, honestly, the elements at that event and the Florida event almost felt the same because there was no regulation of heating or cooling, which was really weird.
So yeah. Now I do want to ask Mark this little tidbit. Is this the top 3 because you finished second, or is this the top 3 because it really is the top 3? And what would be number 1? But go ahead.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he comes back with that one. I can only imagine.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I finish second in the world, this would be fucking my top 3 too.
Yeah. Maybe. Then the question was, well, what car did you and the Mangler end up running?
A12s.
Well, we know that, but I think people are wondering, well, like, what about the 812 that you ran? What about the setup that you ran?
I found the second day. Well, I found main day going stiffer side springs. I think helped me, based off of what a lot of people were running. I think you and I weren't even close on setup, and your car just felt weird to me even when I had it in my hands. So, in the fact that you were only saucing like an eighth of the inside of the front, like that was insane. Like I can't imagine how you got a car to turn with such little sauce.
I had almost endless steering.
I know. Mind blown.
Yeah. So I asked during like the drivers meeting, hey, can we run multiple cars? Blah blah blah. At one time or another, they actually agreed to allowing us to run multiple cars during seating. And
yes.
I was like, yes. I was like, let me throw down 2 heaters.
Yeah.
Fresh motor, fresh battery, fresh car. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
They backpedaled on that a little bit, which was probably smart of them.
Right.
But
problem is you wouldn't have the tires to do it.
So. Doesn't matter, dude. Reruns can do hot laps too. All right.
True. Yeah.
That don't fucking matter. And like I learned a lot, I think, by running 2 cars. But after a while I had to stop running 2 cars because it's fucking confusing. And throughout the weekend, basically I had a car that I ran at Apex in September that had softer springs on it. It had pink front, kit sides inside. And then I had a different car that I built and I ran at Drew's track, which had black front and it had pink sides. And then some people saw, I posted on Facebook that over the weekend, before the race, I built a third car. And the third car initially looked like the first car initially, but it never got onto the track looking like the third car or like the first car. So, I ran the first 2 cars the first day. And then going into qualifying on, I guess that was the 3rd day. Is that right? So we started qualifying when?
Yes.
Thursday? Yeah. So yes. On Thursday, I tried running the third car. I finished putting it together and I was like, well, let me run the same setup of the second car on that car. But I tweaked on the second car, changed it a little bit, tried to make it more drivable. And I found I still liked my older car better. But then by the second day of qualifying, I had switched in morning practice. I ran again 2 cars and I switched to the third car, which again, I did more setup changes and mostly just changing time with side springs, going slightly softer. So I had a black front and then the new gold 0.6 side spring on the car, which a lot of people were running a pink front and a gold side spring. But even from the first day, I could tell when there was no grip out there that the car with heavier springs had way more corner speed. So I thought if I could just hang on to this fucker, eventually it'll get faster. And so I tried to keep running a heavier sprung car, even when it probably wasn't the best thing to do. So
yeah, I went to the stiffer springs on Saturday for the mains, and I probably should have went the day before. That morning, Saturday morning, I actually ended up running 12. Actually, was it? No, it was Friday morning. I ran the 12.3. And then I did run it again Saturday, first main. I ran another 12.3. So those were my hot laps, which are, half a second off of max as hot lap.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he did many 11.8s.
Did 2.
11.8 is also known as an average lap in the BMAT of mod 12 scale.
That when he dropped an 11.8, I was just like,
what the fuck? And he was in third.
I was like, yeah, I got nothing for this. Like there's I could run the rest of my life and I would never be able to get an 11.8.
Yeah, maybe. I think we could do an 11.8. Hey, you pull up a few of those curbs, I'll run some fucking 11.8s on that motherfucker.
Well, but that was the point of that. That's not doing it on the same way he did it.
I'm just saying, like, you get me rid of some of those curbs, I could fucking do an 11.8.
That's not apples to apples. So that's.
I know, but it's those curves. Oof. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I didn't mind the curbs.
Dude, I sent my shit too many times. I got marshaled too many times. Fuck those curbs.
That sounds like a you problem, not the curbs problem.
Whatever, bro. I don't like them. I don't, and it isn't that I don't like curbs. I actually really like curbs. And
how many bodies did you go through?
I was on my 5th body, and but it wasn't like the bodies were that bad. It's just like, fuck, I'm gonna put if it doesn't look fresh, it's not going down on the track.
Which is so unlike you.
Well, exactly. I was trying to do the opposite.
Because usually, if it doesn't look like a banged out Ford Tempo, you don't put it on the track.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Well, I mean, facts. Hashtag facts.
Yeah.
What are you doing now? What are you looking at now?
I'm trying to bring up what are good curbs. All right. I'm getting ready. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, there's a lot of good questions here. A lot of good things.
Let's go to the audience here. Let's bring in the audience a little bit. Let's go back. This is Hang Up. You know that, right?
Yeah. And he was very little sauce. I don't know about very short time. As the week progressed, I went from saucing 2 whole heats ahead of time to then saucing like 1.5 heats ahead of time, then a whole heat ahead of time, and then only like 4 minutes ahead of time.
So my sauce was, it was essentially 20 minutes, but 10 sauce, 10 dry, and then race. So like it basically came out to, I would, sauce for 10 minutes. We'd be on the car, and then I would let it dry for 10 minutes. And I went with that. I stuck with that pretty much all week. I did stick with that all weekend. I didn't really vary from that. Yeah, I wanted to keep something consistent. I didn't think never was there a time where like, oh, I should have had more sauce, or I should have. I felt it was good.
Well, I can tell you the very first run I made on the track when I went out with full sauce. Just because I saw
full sauce the fronts.
I full sauce fronts, yeah. Which was some other people's race setups. All right, not mine, but it was other people's race setups. And so I went out 2 cars, full sauce on the front, because I saw the cars rolling around the very first few laps, and I'm like, these things look like they don't turn at all. And so I did full sauce, and my shit just spun the fuck out. But I could still feel like how one car behaved different than the other. You just, in certain corners, you had to be a little less savage.
Well, I ran no glue all the way up until I think after the second seeding round. After seeding round 2 is when I finally first ran glue.
Yeah. And I think that's also kind of crazy. I ran like 2 different types of glue. I ran kind of like a double coat of glue, and I ran a single coat of glue.
Yeah.
Later on, as the track got better. But there's a lot of stuff you could mind fuck.
You could have got way out in left field. I don't think me not running glue really hurt anything. Maybe I should have switched to a little sooner, but at the end of the day, it was. I think that my results were pretty much the same with glue or no without glue.
All right, so let's share some of what Mark came back with. 2026 wasn't very well run. Everyone had to pit in a cramped tent, and it was like an oven. 2010 was crap until they changed the sauce during practice. Then it was okay. I wish I knew where these were.
Yeah, I don't know where 2006 or 2010 was.
And then 2012 was okay until the track turned into oil slick. That's terrible. 2014, that was the what's the place that Boylan used to use?
Minreg.
Yeah, that was the Minreg world.
Yeah, it's right down the street from where I live.
0 grip and a crap layout. Okay.
Yeah, I live right near there, Mark. Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah. And then he said 2020 was good, except that he was unwell. And then he says 2023 was good. Was a great layout, in my opinion. Decent and consistent grip. A good announcer. I agree with that. Obviously that Tim Caparella had read the rule book, so it ran smoothly. Yeah, that's kind of what it takes. Try.
Yeah, and shout out to Jared and Tim and even Clayton. Again, the race was well ran.
Yep.
When there was like a little bit of like, oh no, it was like, okay, let's meet, let's talk about it, let's handle it, let's make a decision. And the decision was made, and we stuck to it.
Yeah,
like that's all you can ask for, I think, in a race. And and some of it too is like, look, these are things that the new IFMAR team, with Tim and EA and whoever else is involved, they're gonna address some of these issues, and that they're gonna make changes, and they're going to improve the program, and put more wording in, or make more concise definitions or whatever. And I think that's all we can ask for as racers. And it was great to see that was already starting to take shape, and it took effect. And that, again, well-run event. I cannot, there is nothing negative about the way the event was run. Not one little bit. I don't know if you agree, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I think they were at least responsive. And so that's kind of the thing.
That's all you want, really.
Yeah, and there's always a possibility.
Wasn't 2010 he says they were in an oven in Germany?
All right, next. Okay.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Anyway, so few more things here. Vera talked about the schedule. We'll get on the schedule. Also, big shout out to Dave Vera. Your fucking car looked amazing. You did great, dude.
Dave Vera was a man.
Yeah,
he was the local hero that did well.
Yeah, and then are these all solid axle now? Yep. And oh yeah, there we go. I like that. Hit the thumbs up. Hook a brother up.
There you go.
Yeah, and then Goder here. So folks, if you haven't raced since like 2012, you may not know who this guy is. Ron Goder. He I don't know. We used to be all locals back in New Jersey, and I think curbs are really nice. Curbs can be great. Dots can be great. Blah 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 can be great when used appropriately. The track I thought looked pretty, but gave me a little concerns.
Where would you have liked curbs not to be?
Okay, we'll bring up a map and I'll show you. All right, and then Mark is saying I already have more confidence in a new IFMAR board than I had in previous administrations. Well, that's not too hard. All right. Yeah. Those guys helped drain the swamp. Thanks again, Clayton, and all the other folks who made that happen. So I think we could bring up a little view of the track. But before we do that, what I wanted to do was really dig into the me versus you. All right, because there was a lot of I'm gonna wax that ass, blah blah blah, whatever you were saying. And so
hey, I want round 3. Congratulations. All right, let's go.
No, we're going to do this painfully. We're going to go round by round, motherfucker.
Why?
Because it's going to make great video.
God, you won 4-3. I mean, if this helps you take your fucking victory lap, you can feel better about yourself, so be it. Yep. Fine, let's go. Fantastic. I'm a man. I can handle it.
All right, here we go. We're going to zoom in. I don't think I'm actually doing this the best way. Let's see. Qualifier round 1, because that's all that matters. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want results from round 1. There we go. Qualifier round 1 rankings. Here we go. Okay, so we got a lot of fast guys. Look, including Dave Vera.
3.
Eric Anderson, who said his car was terrible.
Oh yeah, the bet's like, man, my car's shit, and I still 5th.
All right, so in this round, if you did a 38, you got a 15 points. Okay.
Yeah.
So keep going. Shout out to Zachary Fuge, who was for a while owning me. He owned you, just so we're on the same page. All right. And then keep going. All right. I'm here, a 37,807, and you were a 37,808. This was probably the worst fucking run I had all weekend.
Mine too.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. Day 2, I had a fucking other stinker.
Yeah,
I had 2 more stinkers, but
but you beat me by 4/10.
Yeah, well, the best part about this one was I was in last, and then I came back and I was in first, and I fucking tapped out on guess what?
I curved.
Yeah. Fuck those things.
Again, I think this is more of a you problem than a curb problem.
No, I don't think so. Moving on. Round 2. All right, here we go. Max TQ'd again. All right, anyway. He was pissed too that like we said he wasn't going to be anywhere on the podium. He was really pissed.
No, you said that.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
Yeah.
Let's clear the record here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You could be right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So moving down, blah blah blah. Zachary, he was 16th. Okay, I had an 18th. Hingefeld had a 17th. Pete had a 19th. Where are you? Oh, there you go. 27th. All right. So that's 2. That's 2 me. All right. Sounds good. Sounds like the result I thought was going to happen. All right. Qual 3. Let's go. Yep. This is fucking great TV right now. All
yeah,
right?
I know.
Okay. So here we go. Okay. I had a 15. That's not bad. Zachary had a 16. Mangler had a 17. But we're sucking because we didn't have a 38 lap run.
Right.
Are you there with me, Mangler? You okay?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
Making sure.
I don't give a shit, but I'm here.
So that was Thursday. So now let's go to Friday. All right. So qual 4. Qual 4. Well, we'll have to talk about mod and the day that was Kemp's day. But anyway, let's keep on going. Hey, Max did a TQ again. Great. No one cares. Craig got 5th for the round. I was happy for Craig. Keep on going. EA only had a 16 for the round, so that's pretty good. I'm a fan of that one. And then Monty here, 20 for the round with an 8:01:37, and FJ hit with a 24 8:02:335. So clearly, we also actually beat Joe Trandell that round, just so we're on the same page. That doesn't happen often. So clearly, that was 1 for you, 3 for me now. All right. Mm-hmm. So round 5. Okay.
Right.
Here we go. Cody Burke had a nice run. He got a 7. Tranny with an 8. Max, he failed totally. He had a 14. Panzico, look, 23rd with an 8:04. I don't even know where I am. This was not good. 42nd, 35,813. Like I was just sending the fuck out of this car.
I think if we actually did average finishes, I probably would have won.
I don't think that's how it works. Anyway,
I'm just saying, average finishes, I would have won.
Sure. Mm-hmm. All right, and then last one, round 6. So the final countdown. Your boy here gets a 12.
Yeah. How'd you do that?
I didn't crash for the first 2 minutes. That's how I did it.
That was impressive.
And I finally got my 38. I felt like that was a long time coming. First round, I thought I had a car that could go really fast. And then all day Friday, I thought I had a car that was fast, but didn't fucking pay out. And look, I even beat EA that round. And look, the crazy part is, dude, look, 38 lappers were going into fucking 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. What was the fast one? It was a flat from Mark Stiles.
Yeah.
So, I was 8 seconds off, being a contender. Not too terrible. I did the math. That was about the 15th fastest time for any person if you threw out, other people's slower runs. And where were you this run? Oh, 23rd with an 8:02. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 8:01.
I was on a 28. I screwed up at the end.
Yep. Was it a curb?
No, it was probably more me
Oh,
because I take responsibilities. I don't blame inanimate objects
no,
for
I
making.
blame inanimate objects. Fuck that. I'm the
Yeah,
best.
no. That's
Herbs are the
a real
worst.
man will take responsibility for his failures.
Okay.
You will just deflect and blame something
Yeah.
else.
So the qualifying total was 4-2, and I instantly get the next three because it doesn't matter. I was in the main ahead of you, so that's it.
You did well. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Hey,
Yeah.
I was proud of you for two whole things. All right.
I still.
Number one, you didn't go home. And number two, you went to the banquet, aka you didn't go home.
Not like Stuart Cartwright who went home.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I think he might have been home on Friday, but I don't know. All right.
That's a great. I mean, that guy was pumped up too. Like he's got. I like watched some of his stuff. Like he's got a podcast too, and I've watched some of it, and it's fairly entertaining. I like the dry British humor that they kind of have, and
Yeah.
the quirkiness of the folks from the UK. And I watched his content, and I was shocked that he went home. I was kind of like, hey, that's sad. Anyway.
Yeah. And so, like, Mark's commenting on the schedule. I think we'll get to that. Funny as hell. I agree. Thank you. We're very funny. We're even funny in person. Like, we could actually sell tickets to us in person. Us in person is fucking fantastic.
We need to do a live podcast.
I don't know if that's it. I think we just need to get people out to races. I don't care about the podcast part. Go to races. Right. Hang out.
Yeah.
All right. And then who used fewer bodies? Well, I used 5. How many did you use?
I didn't go through any.
You had 2 cars, so you had to have used 2.
Yeah, but that still, I could have put the same body on either one. It wouldn't have mattered.
But you couldn't have because you ran them both consecutively.
I understand that, but that's still not using bodies. Both are good.
Yeah, but you used 2.
No, it's one.
No.
I did not destroy any bodies that I could not use it.
I didn't either. I could have used all.
You did.
No, I did not.
Yes. You felt it was not worthy to race, so therefore it was not worthy to race.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was destroyed. I could run it at the club show anytime.
Well, I'm just saying you went through more bodies than I did.
Sure. Sounds great.
Yeah. By far. All right.
This could be Oleg. Don't know. He says he has his name on 3 curbs at any track at any time. So sounds about right. Track magnets.
So since the curbs keep coming up, let's get this kill the curb conversation.
Yeah.
So you want to? I did not mind the curbs.
You're the only person I know who said that.
No, I think Mr. Styles enjoyed them. You mentioned that. I think Max didn't mind them. I think that a lot of the Europeans didn't really mind them at all because they're used to using them. I think it's just us Americans who are closed-minded and maybe bitter and want to blame instead of blaming, pointing the finger at themselves, want to point the finger at a curb for their failure. I think that's where it really the heart of the crux of the problem really exists.
No, I disagree. All right. So anyway, these curbs, I've raced on these curbs at 360. I fucking hated them then. All right. The curbs, when you go in a straight line on these fucking curbs, if you get your rear tire on them, you'll spin the fuck out. All right.
Well, they're not designed for you to run on.
Great. I'd rather fucking smash my shit on a goddamn CRC.
Then you would have went through 10 bodies.
What's that?
Then you would have went through 10 bodies.
No, dude, they're Montex. Then you wouldn't go through them anymore.
No, I'm telling you, they save bodies. They save destruction. They save. They made the race better.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Then you're just disagreeing. That's all that means.
Yeah. I agree. I agree to disagree. All right, so let's try to show.
You disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with you 100%.
Okay.
All right, so here's the track. Hopefully, folks can see it. All right. So, all right. Stop moving. All right. So anyway, you get off the straightaway and there's a circle here. It's a little hard to see.
Yeah.
All right. It's all curbs.
Yes. The entire circle of curbs.
Did we need that?
I mean, if I were to get rid of any one curb in this entire track, it would have been that one.
Yep.
The only reason
that's fine. You agree. Did we need that? I'm going to say no. All right. Next. So the second corner, it has curbs on the front and the back.
Yeah.
All right. Then this carousel, curbs all around it.
Oh, yeah. All the curbs.
The chicane, curbs front and back.
Yep.
The exit of the chicane, curbs front and back.
Yep. Curbs everywhere.
What I'll call a poker table on the left-hand side of exiting the chicane. Curbs almost around the whole thing.
Curbs to the left of me, curbs to the right, stuck in the middle with you. I mean,
middle chicane, center, curbs. Exit the middle chicane, curbs front and rear. Next corner, another poker table, curbs everywhere. End of a 180, curbs. A fucking little dog leg to the left, curbs. Another shit, curbs. There was even curbs that you couldn't see getting onto the straightaway. They took those away.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they took those away.
I was there for when they took them away. I was going to fucking protest because they're like, can you take away more of these fucking curbs? Otherwise, just leave that shit there too because it's fucked up for everybody.
You're really heated right now. I think you need to turn it down. I think that you should not get this excited about curbs.
I don't like them.
I think this is a you problem. I'm going to say it again.
I don't know if it is. Now, what I would say is I don't like those curbs. All right. And so
it's those curbs we don't like. We like other curbs. These curbs. Now you sound like a racist.
No, but it's those curbs. Now, this is a project that a young man, he's not so young, but at my local track, Wes Briscoe has gone forth with the help of some other people. And so
looks like a toilet seat.
That's fine. We have these 3D printed curbs. Okay. And all the files are online. You can go make them for yourself. Okay. And so this is the current layout that we have. Okay. And
do they break?
I don't know. They might. I haven't seen one break. All right. And so if I click on this layout, all right, I don't think there's a way for me to zoom in, but you'll see in this short chute in front of the driver's stand, there's a little section of these curbs at one end of a pipe and a little section at the other end of the pipe. You know what happens when you hit these curbs?
You spin out or
nope.
No.
You hear your car riding on them.
Okay.
Your car doesn't jump sideways. It doesn't fucking hop. It doesn't skip a lane.
So what's the difference between these curbs and the ones that we ran on?
They're fucking way shorter.
Shorter how? Like
they're not as tall.
Oh, okay.
And so they don't do dumb shit when you fucking hit them.
They look kind of tall.
They're not that tall.
Okay.
And so these curbs have been made by, just a bunch of, hobbyists. All right. A few people have contributed to the cause, and they made the connector for the curbs just exactly like a model railroad has a connector.
Right.
All right. People have had a model railroad. Yeah. There's like 2-tongue groove type things. It just hooks in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
These things are fantastic. So I'm gonna share, this link here. The files are available for people to download. You can go make them. There's nowhere on the web that's actually like selling them, but the reality is you could probably go sell them. They're that good. And I'd highly recommend people checking them out, thinking about using them, especially thinking about using them as compared to those drift curb monstrosities that I've had to race on at 360 V2. Love you, Donnie. At Norcar, the Gate. Love you, Wayne and Andy. And now at Beachline Raceway. Kind of love you, Robbie Michaels, in a bearded man way. So anyway.
So you're saying that maybe we should get these for snowbirds?
Well, I don't think they're going to use curbs at snowbirds because I was sitting in the stands and we had like an oval racer, watching party. All right,
Okay.
so there was Boyland, there was Pemberton, and a bunch of other guys. All right,
Okay.
and the reality was, they were talking. Oh, the track looks great, blah blah blah, and it's like, I was like, Mike, if I show up at fucking Birds and you have these curbs down, I'm fucking packing up and going home. I'm like, this thing's terrible. And he's like, well, I hope you wouldn't do that. And we probably talked through it. And he's like, but the reality is we do track changes so quickly, we wouldn't do this. It's too much work.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. So yeah, and I think people are talking about them right now. Let's see. Okay, Vera's positive to curbs. Oh, so a lot of people are positive to curbs. So they're all like, these people are now dead to me. I enjoyed the curbs. Okay, dead to me. Next. Dave Vera, curbs are great. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, dead to me. Moving on. Getter wasn't there. Blah, blah, blah. I like curbs. The curbs at Jackson you can actually ride on, so it's not congruent. Moving on. It was a very European style track. People prefer, if they're familiar to it. I liked that the solid boards were back from the racing line. Smaller, wasn't severely punished. I'd rather have hit the fucking board any day. All right.
Styles is probably one of the smartest people I know. That's all I'm saying.
All right. And then this has to be Wes Briscoe because he owns Pugs. All right. Pugs.
Oh, he's a Pug guy?
Family. Yep.
Pugalicious?
Profile on these are such that the car skips but doesn't kick the car. They're only 5.5 millimeters high. Yeah. Oh, Kenny Lambert, he's with me. No curbs. No curbs. All right, I'm fine with that. And apparently Hagberg almost hurt himself while trying to fix a curb during the heat. And apparently, happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah. Yes. That was last week. That was last Thursday.
It's still going on.
It's still
Yesterday
going.
was day 5. Today is day 6.
Yes.
All right. Still going on.
Yes.
So anyway, as a person who helped try to bring back flexible barriers to racing with the help of Al Sedano, Larry Fairtrace, and myself at 2013's Roar Carpet Nationals, we used dots, big dots, plow disc dots, 18-inch dots.
Mm-hmm.
Those dots are easier to ride on than those curbs at Worlds.
Yeah, but maybe. I don't know.
The best is pretty, but they're
hands down best dot ever was those Losi dots, the little Losi track dots. Those things were amazing.
They kind of move around though.
No, they don't. Not when you put Velcro on the back of them. They don't move at all. No, they don't.
In Seattle, they've actually made their own dots, which are like those Losi ones, but even better.
Yeah. But I can imagine so. But yeah, those Losi dots, you could run them all over. Like it was really cool. Like when you hit them with a touring car, it was like you hit rumble strips. It was great. I loved them when I had my track. 12 scales didn't do nothing. Those were the perfect. But I agree with Mark's thing where you need some distance, and I keep telling the guys like at Heroes, like you need some distance between the board and the car and the track. Like you just can't have hard board sticking out there. You need something that gives you some separation from the board, makes it less damaging, does not penalize small tiny mistakes. And I think the curbs, though you did not like them, they had that effect.
Yeah,
they did their job. They did what they were designed to do, and the way they worked the way they were supposed to intended. And again, I think this comes back to you.
No, I disagree. I think there's just too many. All right. And if we had a different profile on the dots, I think they would be good. Now, you guys raced on this track 2 weeks ago with all the dots. All right.
Curbs.
Oh, I'm sorry, all the curbs.
Yes.
How did the F-Zero locals find all the curbs?
I didn't hear one word about him.
Oh, you didn't see all the fucking touring cars flipping over like crazy?
No one said anything to me. Of course,
Okay.
no one really
Are
talks
you
to me.
even paying attention?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Anyway, moving on. So we got a little off topic. All right. So I'm going to ask, I think we need to do, what are our 5 favorite moments from the event?
5 favorite moments. Well, you go first.
All right. Well, this one here wraps it up pretty much. Kemp, the world realized that there's this person named Kemp Anderson, and he put it on motherfuckers this past weekend. So, Kemp, you're a rock star. All right. That for me is number one, more than anything else. Do you want to share your, like, do you have anything similar?
No, just go through your top 5.
All right. All right. Well, number 2. I have to say, I really enjoyed seeing different people like out there helping others. All right. So you had a collection of people, whether it was a father or a friend or a fellow racer who gave up their program, coming out and like giving it all their all to help that racer at the event. And so there's, a lot of examples of it. You had, like the Fuges were there. You had Mark and his kid Zachary. You had James Stewart helping Mark Stiles. You had Sean Rayfield there, helping work for Max Machler. You had New York Mike G helping Donnie Leah. It was great to see those people putting the time in, the commitment, the dedication, just to help that other racer get things going. So I was like really kind of excited to see that, and I was kind of like, who's going to help me? But anyway, I need a lot of help. All right.
Yes.
Third favorite moment, realistically, Qual 6, Mod 12 scale. Kemp was just on fire that round. It was ridiculous. Yeah. So that's all I got to say.
Okay.
He could have had a 45 lapper. It was ridiculous. Number 4, Max winning the world championship.
Okay.
He put a ton of time in. I don't know many people who traveled out of their own country for multiple weeks. And
Ollie Payne.
Wow. I wasn't going to name all the other people who did it for multiple weeks and didn't have success. That's fucked up, bro.
Oh, did he? I mean, he was there to help Orlowski.
I don't think that's how he viewed it.
Well, no, I understand. Like, he had his own personal thing on, but it was part of.
Yeah. And then, top 5 favorite moments. One of them did not happen at the race. It happened in some after race activities. I'm going to say just a few words, and I won't answer any more questions about it.
Okay.
All right.
Was I there for this?
No, you were not there for this. You were heading back home.
Okay.
And there was a great bonding between a few different teams at a certain sort of establishment.
Okay.
And
adult ballet?
What's that?
Was it an adult ballet?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. But it was really great to see. It was great to see the cooperation and the respect men gave other men. And, Sam Isaacs, I think at the end of it felt very special.
Okay.
Very special.
Okay.
Around a bunch of his peers and also just complete strangers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats to Sam Isaacs.
Yeah, everyone should ask Sam about it.
Okay. Send him an DM.
Yeah, he'll love to hear about it.
Yeah.
And so big thanks to Mark Calandra for helping make such a special moment for Sam Isaacs.
All right, young Sammy.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Anyway, how about your top 5? You got any?
I think one of my top 5. I mean, this is no particular order. I was really proud to see the local guy Dave Vera run so well, make the A main. Again, Kemp's performance was great. Max's performance was great. Both those guys, all weekend. Mark Stiles and the guys from the UK, I thought they would really struggle. They did not. They showed great form and competitiveness, and so I was happy to see that. And again, I think just the overall event was just so well run and so well, came out a lot better than I thought it would, and I was happy to see that. Everyone had left with a good taste in their mouth. I don't think there was a lot of butt hurt. And I want to add a bonus 6th. I'm really happy for you and you beating me finally in 13.5. And I really, it's been many years. So, I mean, congratulations. I know this is a monumental achievement for you. I know that you have strived to climb that mountaintop and, win 4-3. And, congratulations.
Yeah. No, that's great. I really don't believe the story you're telling, so I'm just going to go to what happened at the on-road carpet nationals in 2023. Let's just see what happened in qualifying. Let's just show the audience, because I think you've just been telling stories and I've been letting the stories happen. So, listen, bitch. I'm you, all right. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Okay? I was BQ. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. See, that's 11th. And then let's scroll down over here. Oh, look, there's Monty. He's 17th.
Yeah, but I still think with number of runs, I'd probably beat you.
What the fuck? Dude, it doesn't matter. I out-qualified you at this point.
Oh, my God. You changed the rules to only benefit you.
Let's do this then round by round. Okay.
No, we're not going through this. Right. No one gives a shit. This race happened a year ago. No one cares.
A year ago? It happened in fucking March. You're just telling a bunch of stories to make yourself feel better. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
9 months ago. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. There are a few other things out here. Stuart Mason, he showed up a day late.
Oh, he ran well. I mean, it was, hats off. He doesn't have a lot of places to race either.
What's that?
He doesn't have a lot of places to race either.
Dude, he's in college. The last race he was at was U.S. Indoor Champs.
Yeah. Well, the week before, but okay.
2 weeks ago, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he did a great job. Congrats to Stuart.
Yep. And as you said, Vera, I was popping up other things while we were doing this.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a award for anyone who struggled the most? Ooh, would have went to Kevin. You didn't even spell it right, but anyway, no.
Yeah, it's K-E-V-E-N.
Yeah. I don't know who struggled the most. There's a lot of people that struggle, dude. I struggle just getting up every day. It's fine.
I think most improved from the way the weekend went, the way it ended. I think that would be in like Hagberg, because when we first got there, he wasn't looking that great. I think he kind of had more of like a 7th place car. And by the end of it, he ended up with a podium at the Worlds. So hats off to Alex for his perseverance and digging in and finding something. And I mean, really from, I would say round 4, around that time, did he really kind of look like he started putting everything together and started putting in some really solid runs. I don't think he quite had the pace of Kemp or Reinhardt or Orlowski, but yeah, he was there. He was definitely in the running, and so good job to Alex, doing very well. I think Jan is another person who doesn't run a lot of Mod 12 scale, and the fact that he showed up and was able to run well, that was hats off to him. And
Jan had all those X-ray guys scratching their heads because his car had never done a lap on a track before it showed up there. And he was running initially the Euro spec chassis, not the solid chassis.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah.
And then I heard you talk about how Hagberg turned it around, and there was some drama about like how high the bodies were. All right, and so the point of drama was around a measurement. And so like this body, it doesn't have the best dynamics to show the measurement, but there's a rule that says the body can be like, I think it's 80 some odd millimeter high.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was, is it 80 here or is it 80 here?
Right.
Okay. And it might have been 82, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Well, I can tell you that Alex's car in the mains was very high and raked like that. And so he was using all the extra Lexan on the side of his M20 just to like make the car not look foolish. But dude, it was hooked up. He went around the track.
Yeah.
Looked great.
Yeah. He was, like I said, I think from around 3 or 4, you kind of got things figured out and headed in the right direction. And again, look, it paid off. You got a podium at the World. So great job for him.
Another thing that I don't think people maybe recognized, Donnie Lee, he finished 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And he had he finished 3rd in the A3, but he literally had a broken car at the end of A1 and A2. And it was broke the same way. His lower front plate on the left-hand side, when you looked at the car head on, it was the right-hand side, but it was the left-hand side, was broke. That's not is that touring car? It wasn't that side, it was the other side. Yeah, so the front plate was broke. Fucking the carbon was like this, and the post was probably destroyed below it. And he just drove that shit around the track somehow or another. Didn't give up. Got whatever result he could get.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he finished 4th. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a lot of not give up at the Worlds. And, I think at one point I'm like, even for my own program, I was just like, look, I'm doing the best I can. This is the pace I have. Try to make the most of it. Right. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, and you just try to stay consistent and hope that good things happen to you. And I think for the most part, I was able to do that, and so I was happy with that. Now, should I? Do I feel I should have done better? Yes, but I think at best, I could have at best I would have qualified top 15 to 20. I think if I was on my doing the best as the most the best I got the best out of what I could do. I think that's kind of where I was going to be. That's a realistic expectation, I think. But going in, I was happy with top 25, and that's where I qualified, was 25th overall. And so look, at the end of the day, what are you going to do, right? First World, first ever time doing stuff like this. Don't get to run a lot of 12 scale, so. Hey, and the way I have to work at things, and the way that me getting prepared and being the best is literally just running laps and laps and laps and laps and laps. Mm-hmm. I just don't have that ability. Yeah. So, Hayward's also special. He
started Euro, struggled, ended up with TQ and win. So yeah, he keeps digging. It's good, and he knows what to do. That's the thing. All right. So what else is out there? This is a controversial question. Why was Sam off pace out to lunch? I don't know. All right. The reality is,
he was trying. I mean, he was trying. I mean, it wasn't for lack of effort or putting in the work.
I think though, if you watch people in in the US as they race, we often have a lot of open track time. And Sam is one of these guys who often outworks people. All right. He keeps on putting the time in, does practice, this, that, whatever else. At this event, you couldn't do that. You just had to make good guesses. And I think it took too long for him to get his car right. That's all it really came down to. 2 weeks prior, he was the model of consistency and didn't fail during his runs.
Yeah, and crushed everyone at Indoor Champs.
So,
yeah.
Hey, you know what? If I won Indoor Champs 2 weeks ago and then had a bad Worlds, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
just saying.
I mean, sometimes it's just not your weekend.
Yep.
And I think it's kind of one of those things. And like I said, he put the work in, he did the effort, even leading up to the event. Again, he had a great U.S. Indoor Champs. Just was not his day.
Yep. All right. Any issues with lipos or motors? I think there are some people afraid to run certain types of motors. I actually was like, hey, if I make it so far up the grid and someone says your shit's illegal, I'd be like, I'm proud of that. I'd be okay with it. But I didn't know of any real issues out there. I don't think anything worthwhile talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question.
Here we go. Next one. With Max's pace, if Donnie ran 13.5, do you think Max would have won?
No.
And I'm going to say no.
No. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I got it right. Yes, Max still would have won.
Oh, no. Donnie would have waxed his ass. No, there's no fucking hope. Donnie would have put a lap on him.
Okay.
Anyway, that's how much I believe in Donnie.
Well, that's great that you believe in Donnie, but even Donnie is like, yeah, I don't think so.
Nah, dude, Donnie would have crushed it. He gave the old Donnie. Oh no, I wouldn't have done that. And he winks at you. Yeah, he would have killed him. Anyway, that's fine. Let's see. And the Mangler thought Ali was going to win. Hey, broken clock is right twice a day. Anyway,
it was more of a top three, not necessarily a win.
Can we hear another EA impression from the Mangler?
Shoot, dang, man.
That's a Brad Johnson, but yes, I agree. Yeah. Anyway,
man, my car is junk all weekend. I don't even know how I can't even drive some bitch. And then, there we go.
Yeah, my car is so bad. I got fifth.
I'm qualified fifth. My car's drunk. I hate these curbs.
All right. What would you say?
Sorry, that's exactly what he said.
Pretty much.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm out there, can't even drive a car, and I'm not qualifying y'all. Like,
pretty much. All right. What would you say the difference between Indoor Champs and Traction and Worlds? We weren't there.
No fucking clue.
My guess is Worlds was still lower, substantially lower Traction. That's what I would say.
I would think that when we ran 2 weeks before with all the touring cars running 128 tires, I would think the Traction was still the same.
Yeah, but I think Indoor Champs, the track's smaller. There's way more fucking people.
And it doesn't air out and so on and so forth.
Yeah, they would have had more grip.
Yeah.
And Kenny agrees with me about Donnie, so he's correct.
Just because he agrees with you does not make him correct.
No, it does. It does. Totally.
That's not how that works.
No, that's exactly how it works.
You fucking ignoramus. No, it is not.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. All right.
What else do you have on your chat topics list?
All right. So last thing, we did our top 5. Now, what would be your how would you improve an event like this?
So one of the things
let me ask it in a Socratic way. All right. How many times did you have the chance to watch mod 12 scale qualifying?
Not many.
Okay. How many times did you watch mod 12 scale A1, 2, or 3 Answer could be 1, 2, or 3.
I think I lost. I watched. Well, no, I didn't even watch the last one. 0.
Okay.
I saw some minutes, I guess, but not a whole race.
Okay. How many times did you get to watch Spec A1, 2, or 3?
I saw A3.
Okay. So of the A finals, you saw one of them, you're saying, and you might have saw 1 or 2 others.
Yeah.
Maybe, but not the whole thing.
Not the whole thing.
So, in my opinion, the schedule needs to change, but it needs to change in 2 dimensions. So, it needs to change in a way where you can go to the event and you can actually feel like you're a part of the event, not just fucking wrenching your dick off and praying that whatever fucking bullshit you're about to do isn't going to suck. All right?
Yeah.
So
now I think the way to accomplish that would be that if we would have had, say, a 30-minute break between each qualifying round.
Yeah, that could be one way. Sure.
That would have been suffice, because you wouldn't have been so rushed to get ready for the next thing, because you had to get through, then you had to, if your doping schedule or whatever that was, you were pretty much right on it. There was zero time to really sit and enjoy the racing or enjoy any of what's going on. You were kind of just right into it. For myself, like in A1, I've been to lower plate too. And so I had to literally put a whole new front end on the car. And that was race 8. Was it 8? Yeah, it was 8. And I was up again in 20.
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
I think you were up again quicker then. You were up in like 12.
12, yeah, or something like that. And so I had to rebuild the whole car. And that was almost damn near impossible.
Yep.
Or at least the front half of the car. So I think in situations like that, we had that whole 2 hours of break in the morning on Saturday that I didn't quite get. I mean, we could have just started a little earlier and then put some breaks in between. I think that would have definitely helped, even before the qualifying. But again, I think those breaks would have been built in if we had the full rostrum of drivers, right? Because you would have had an extra 3 to 4 races.
Yeah, maybe. So, like in the UK, there was 12 heats, and here we only had 9 heats.
Yeah.
What did we have 9?
Yeah, we had 9.
Yeah, we had 9. Okay. And so, but I still think, like, unless you planned appropriately, you had no time to watch anything. All right. And so, like, I got lucky. I kind of did. I've been through this rodeo before. When there was 12 heats in the UK, I was still fucking like humping and jumping, doing whatever I could just to get it going. But yeah, and Dave's saying he made time to watch mod runs. I didn't get to watch most of the mod runs. Like, I would usually see the A sort and I might see half of the B sort, but like, because there just wasn't enough time. All right. So I think that would be one of the ways to get through it. And then, Mark's asking a fun question, which is, what are the barriers to entry? Figure that out and address it so it's full with quote unquote reserves, which is an interesting way of putting it.
Well, in America, we were wide open, like, because there was all those spots left by some of the other blocks that anyone who could race could show up.
But
that was proof.
Yeah. But look at this. This is, I don't know who Big Ad 78 is, but that's
a whole other story.
It is cost prohibitive. And like when this was announced that the Worlds were here, I was already like, you know what? People in the US won't come just because of the cost. Because Roar is raping us for $450.
Oh, that was Roar. Just fucking ended him. Big Roar just kicked your ass off.
Hi. Hi.
I'm not gonna talk bad about Roar when we get kicked off.
Yeah. My computer turned off on me. All right, so Roar's raping us
for $450, and all the other blocks paid about like €300. So
like 250.
that's okay. They paid something less.
Yeah.
So that whole part, bullshit. Hey, Clayton, where's the fucking money going? All right? Because IFMAR is not getting it. The track's not getting it. So where the fuck is it going? All right? So that's one thing. And then, this race also had a funny rule.
Hold on. Well, let's back this up. According to Clayton, all that money's there to pay the officials and to pay the people to be there. That's why it cost us $450.
Bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
That's what I'm told.
All right. Anyway, so that needs to get fixed. They need to drain that.
So if you look at it, so let's just add it up. I mean, if you look at your $450 for that, you're another $350 for tires. Now you're at $800.
Yeah.
Right. That's just to walk in the door. That include food, hotel, travel, any other preparations you might do beforehand. Like, yeah. So I think though the American turnout was really good, I think. I mean, we had obviously the biggest there, but usually the host country does. I think some of the other blocks not supporting it is a little bit of a shock. I figured there would be more from FEMCA. There would be, I think, more from the EFA region, though that they were probably they were definitely the second best supported group of people. But yeah, what are those barriers to get in? I mean, obviously, it was pretty much wide open at this point. It was just whether or not you wanted to show up and fork out the cash to do it.
Yeah. And, I think ultimately, it's a big sink of time. Like, those are the last 5 vacation days I have for the year. I didn't do other things that I might have wanted to do just because of it, and not everyone I get a lot of vacation time. And so not everyone has the chance to do it. And then Jeff from Dollar says, RD, I guess race director needs to have a minimum time frame per round, allow people to prep tires, take a poop, blah, blah, blah. They should just make it work. And then, not that one. Here we go. This one. Would love to come, but couldn't afford it. It's Adam Bulk. And it's real. It's a whole week. Dude.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's a giant fucking time suck. And you know what? It was indoors. It could have been on the weekend. You could have had one less day of work lost, vacation lost, etc. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing about that, so say if you did have it, you say we ran Sunday, right? You're just going to carry it over to Monday at this point. So people have to burn the day on Monday. I don't think the scheduled time frame, if they improve, I mean, they might have been on a cut a day out of it, but if we just made it Tuesday to Sunday, people are still going to travel on Monday. They're going to burn that day then. So I don't think you're not really gaining anything there. I do agree with this comment here by Larry that, well, not this, sorry, this, I was looking at another comment Larry posted, never mind. But yeah, I think the lack of info and the latency of, making a decision of where this race is going to be held, what we're going to do, what we're going to do. I think that was a problem. I think that kind of slowed maybe some interest from overseas, not so much locally, but overseas. People need a year, especially if you're going to plan foreign travel and, visas and all that other bullshit.
5 vacation days for one class. Not a great story, So anyway, so I think there's a schedule aspect, all right, that it's hard for you to enjoy the race while you're there. All right. So I'm going to move on to my second thing that could be improved. And, this might be the American in me, but I think we could greatly improve the track time that people are allowed to get. And so, I know this is something that EA had said, and people who don't know, I'm saying EA, that means Eric Anderson. He's actually our new IFMAR president. All right. And so he had flown out to Japan where they were holding the 8 scale worlds for on-road nitro. And they had multiple days, like endless days of practice. And I'm not proposing we take more time and stretch this race out for more days. But I am proposing when I put a 12-hour day in, you get there at 7, you leave at 7. You should be able to get on the track more than 4 times. And so I think that's really the thing that needs to change. Like there needs to be figuring out how do you get more value, how do you get more usage out of the facility that's there. And yeah, like we need to figure that out. Mark saying we sure already know when and where the next world championship is going to be. IFMAR needs to use the momentum that has been generated in the last 10 days to get things in place for next time. Sure, I think that'd be great.
Agreed.
Mangler, I don't know if you heard, but I basically said we should, if you put a 12-hour day in, you should be able to get on the track more than fucking 4 times.
Yeah.
So.
But I also felt that I did not feel that I did not have enough time at the track. Maybe because I was there 2 weeks before. But during the event, I didn't feel like, oh, if I had X amount more time on the track, I would have done better. I don't think that was my case.
I'm gonna say
from somebody who likes to run a lot of laps.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if every day I could have 3 more battery packs, it would be better. They don't have to be long. I just 3 more, that'd be better. Like if there was actually like, you could be crazy. You could have open practice in between each run. They could actually try something real fast. Get a 2-minute clock going. That's it.
But they're not going to do that at a world event. The problem with the worlds is it's so structured and so organized. And I say this somewhat tongue in cheek, so Europeanized that, and like we think we're F1 or some shit. But again, we run races here in America differently, so we're used to a different thing. You go to an ETS race, and it's very dictatorial, very scheduled, very where you're going to do it. And yes, I'm going to take the win at FJ over the TC Worlds. I own you in 12 in that touring car mod.
Okay, we'll find out.
So, yeah.
We'll find out, buddy.
All I know is I don't have to send a resume in for the Worlds, and you do, bitch.
We'll see. We'll see. That's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So, and then Vera saying, thankfully, the decision was made to let us run on Tuesday. But yeah.
Yeah.
The original schedule was this fucking disaster.
The 7 o'clock, you got to get the fuck out. That was kind of bullshit. I agree with that.
I don't want to be there all day. I'm okay with that. But like, as Mark said, 12 hours, you should run at least 6 times. I agree.
I agree with that too.
I don't know if honestly running full 8-minute runs is what I need. I need to be like, hey, I want to try something. How did this setup change work? Let's try something else. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you want to be able to dial yourself in and back out.
Eat dicks. Anyway, so yeah. So that's the second thing I have to suggest. All right, moving on. So the third part I had, which was something people talked about earlier, was the value of the event. Like, it is just so expensive.
Yeah.
And I knew it. I already was like, yeah, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But not everyone could pull it off. Right?
I agree.
And I get that. And then I had a gripe about the curbs. I've already talked about it multiple times. I'll kind of get quiet about that. The last one I really talk about, which I don't know how you fix. I think some of the other things are going to help fix it. But to me, the field depth was kind of a shocker. So I qualified 20th. Mangler qualified 25th. I think those were both harder than being in the B main and Mod 12 scale because there was only 19 cars. And like the competitiveness of the spec class at this event was above and beyond much more competitive than the mod class. And doesn't mean mod's easy. FJ's not saying mod's easy. I didn't run mod. I don't usually run mod 12 scale. I've run mod 12 scale generally at like 3 places. NYGP at 360, Snowbirds, and sometimes Aurora National. Or maybe sometimes just like a big ass track that's super nice, super smooth. Reality is like, you know, I think mod's dying. All right. I'm not sure what we do about that. I know it's not 6.5 Blinky. That's a fucking disaster. I know Blinky's a disaster because it becomes a battery war and then maybe a motor war. But like, it would be great if we could figure out what it would take to make those classes actually like useful again.
So here, to make those classes useful again, you need to be able to get the drivers who could race those classes to actually show up. So you would get the Volkers, you would get the Gross Camps, you would get the Nyatos, you would get those guys need to come. It's a world championship. They did not.
Nyato got married that weekend.
Okay, well, fuck it. We should have got married. Now,
wow, aggressive.
But yeah, what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
What's Tyrion doing?
He's barking. Dog barks.
So, but like the people who not only have the ability or could run the classes did not show up. Is it because Infinity they all drive for Infinity and Infinity doesn't give a shit about 12 scale?
I don't know, possibly. Like, and so here's the results from 2020. Just something to kind of like look at and ponder for a hot second. All right, I gotta pull this up in a different browser.
No, I think truly, Mark, I feel that there were more than 6 there that could drive mod 12 scale. I think that the A main was a competitive field, that the A main had people who had won major races around the world against top competition. I think that there just wasn't as many people who gave a shit about 12 scale didn't show up, or they don't give a shit, or they just didn't show up. And I think that there are more out there. They just did not come. And why they didn't show up, whether it's some lame excuse as getting married or their sponsor didn't pay for it.
Lame excuse.
I mean, I don't know.
All right. So let's just see. This is the qualifying from 2020 Worlds. All right. So Orlowski was the TQ last time. Japanese driver from Yokomo did not show up this time.
Right.
Ollie Jeffries did not show up. Reinhardt was there. Ollie Payne was there. Hagberg was there.
Hayato was there.
Yep. Newman was not there. Marcus was not there. This Japanese driver was not there. Lewis Parker wasn't there. Alexander Anderson wasn't there. Alexandre Laurent wasn't there. Nicholas Janssen wasn't there. Freddie Sudoff wasn't there. Hupo Hanago wasn't there. American Troy Gubbins wasn't there. Mark Stiles, he decided to down a class and he went really well. Marcus Mobers wasn't there. So the list kind of goes on and on and on. American Chris Hillier wasn't there. You know, like there's people who had shown up in the past. Renee Doctor was there. He qualified 12th. Last time he was 30th. All right. So the list goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only speculating. I really don't know the reasons why people didn't show up. But I think that some of it was just the fact that it was late to announce the race. that there was some confusion of how what the race is going on. I think the problems with IFMAR and some of the shit show that they had at the TC Worlds the year before, and I think those were some of the factors that played into why people didn't come run mod. Or I mean, because think about it, if you would have had Naoto or Volker or any of the other top racers in the country, in the world, they would have been competitive as well, and it would have made the race that much better. And so everyone has their own reasons. I think that there's just not a lot of support either for 12 scale.
I don't know. Larry's suggesting class is too fast. Maslu saying, how many more people do you think will be at Touring Car Worlds? Well,
it would be a waiting list.
Touring Car Worlds would be, at least for Americans, the entire state of California will go.
If they could. They can't.
Well, again, money will probably make some people not go, but folks who hadn't gone to Aurora Nationals will show up to TC Worlds, which, again, I think it's going to be its own form of shit show. But anyway.
But I think in a whole, though, the TC Nationals will be better supported by Europe. It will be supported by FEMCA and the Asian countries. And it's going to be supported by the Americans. So you're going to have 3 of the 4 blocks have a high percentage of people there. There will be a waiting list for the TC Worlds. Yeah. I will feel it will be completely sold out. Like there will not, and whereas this was not.
And I like how Mark describes himself as just circulating at this event. And in 2020, when he was in the B main, he corrected himself. But I think, there has to be something also about the layout that makes the tracks more raceable. All right. And I'm going to argue that I did not see many passes at this event.
No, it was hard to pass. I would agree.
Okay. And so I think that's a challenge.
Give me a layout that would be possible.
We disappeared. Anyway, we're on the B team computer right now, so that's a problem. But anyway, so what I'll say is, in conclusion, I would love for IFMAR Worlds, especially for one of the classes I love the most, which is 12 scale, to have more participation. All right, Machler, maybe we get a poll together. All right, how do we make the 12 scale worlds better? Because the next thing is, I hear 2025 or 6, it's going to be in China.
Oh, it's 22. Wait, hold on. Fuck, what year is it? 23. So
it's
25.
23 right now, kid. It's 25 or 26, whatever, one of the two. China. All right. Have you ever gone to China before?
Nope.
All right. Well, you might.
Do you want to go to China?
I'm going to say I'd prefer to go to Australia.
Okay.
That's all. But I've never been to both. Or to either.
Right. Either. Yeah.
So that's all.
I would go to China. I don't.
All right.
I mean, I might have some work things that I need to clear, but yeah.
You're like, are you allowed to go to China?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. It might be easier if it was in Japan. Just saying.
If it was, but if it's in Shanghai, I want to go to Shanghai because I have an ulterior motive to wanting to go to Shanghai, and that's to go to Shanghai Disney. So yeah, I would love to do that Worlds just to go to Disney as well, and make a little bit of a vacation out of it. What? Fuck off. I like Disney as an adult. Eat dicks.
I know. I think that's all I got to say, gentlemen. All right. Well, hey, this has been one of our most highly subscribed podcasts. I think a lot of people were waiting for it. the best thing I can say is if you like anything you heard, please go to YouTube/@RC Track Rats. We'll show it to you. This is the page. All right, go there.
And if you go, like, this is great shit material. So if you're taking a dump, like, just put us in your ears, and sit there and enjoy it. There's hours and hours of content while you're wrenching on your car. Just have us out there. We're bound to make you chuckle at some point.
Yep, could be.
So please like, subscribe, share.
Yeah, and Mark has some other good comments. A niche class like 12th scale. He thinks Japan is more attractive than China. I agree with him.
Oh, I full-heartedly agree that Japan is more attractive than China. But if it's China,
yeah, and also
there's Tokyo Disney, so I'm good with that too.
Okay, and then we got I'm not fucking going, and then Automatics RC official. I doubt we'll see many U.S. guys at next one, possibly.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, it will. Look, if 5 dudes showed up from America, I'd be shocked if it was in China. Now I'm just in China. I would be shocked. More than 5.
I think best case scenario, we have 15 people from the U.S. show. But
no matter where it's at,
in China or Japan, I think best case you have 15.
Right.
Which would still be more than people from Japan came or China came to the States.
What would be killer, and I think this would be like the bucket list of all RC bucket list items. If it wasn't Japan, at Yatabi.
If it's at Yatabi, people will go.
Oh, for sure, because this is it's like the mecca of RC.
Yeah, and if you had in 2014, the IFMAR official was Masami. I'd say you got to find a way, use the people who have been successful within IFMAR in the past, find a way to use them to celebrate them at these events. And if they can, get them involved. All right? If that means you got to fly Dosek out to the event, you do that. Apparently, Yatabi doesn't exist anymore. Did you know that?
Yeah, it does exist. It's just called something else.
Okay, well, I don't
know. It's not called Yatabi.
So, anyway, but I think the sport would be useful to leverage its past because the past will be attractive to a certain genre of people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that might be still the larger group of people than the youngins.
I would love, if I had the pick of places, I think Japan would be one, Australia would be 2, though I don't know where you would have in Australia. I don't know of any carpet tracks in Australia, so I think that would be very iffy. And then obviously China would be 3rd, but I mean, put it this way, after going to a Worlds, I'm kind of excited and looking forward to going to another one. I don't know about you, but I am.
Hey,
I had fun. Look, I did not live up to my potential, I feel, but I still had fun. I had a good time. I like seeing your dumbass. I like seeing all the other dumbasses that do this hobby for fun. And, yes, it's a cost, but at the same time, you only live once, so might as well fucking just have fun at it.
Exactly.
And so at the end of the day, if money's the limiting factor, I get that. But I think this was actually the last bucket list item that I had to really do on my RC checklist, and I got it. I did it. And so
does this mean you're quitting?
Not yet.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I could officially. It's hard. Right. But
all right. Well, anyway, Machler, again, I was really impressed by the fact that you didn't leave, and then that you didn't leave. All right.
Well, I was told that you never turned down free food, and I'm glad I didn't because it was good food. I liked the food at that Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than the food we had the first Mexican restaurant.
Probably, and it wasn't free either. You kind of paid for it.
Yeah, I paid $450. Did you keep your shirt? Where's your shirt at? Where's your January 6th shirt on that you had?
Oh my God. It's in the bag of shit that I haven't opened yet. And may not until Saturday. So when I go racing on Saturday.
All right.
So anyway, all right. Well, I don't know. I'm tapping out. It's been a long week. I got a lot of touring car to build over here.
All right. Yeah, you do. Turnbuckles alone are going to take you 2 hours.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for my sort of fast turnbuckles to show up tomorrow.
Ooh, there you go.
So I was thinking the mod car, it could use as much of that extra reinforcement as possible. So we're gonna test that those sort of fast turnbuckles are sort of strong, or are they sort of weak?
And we're gonna test if those barriers are going to break or not. They're 3D printed.
Dude, those things are fine. They're great. Okay. Don't worry about it.
All right.
So. All right. Well, anyway.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We really appreciate it. It was a great time. The more comments
you
have, it makes it that much more fun for us.
Yep. So subscribe. Yeah, there we go. And we'll see you guys next week. You can do this next week.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Yeah. All right. Great. We'll be here next week. All right.
Christmas
Thanks again, everybody. Oh yeah, we can have like our Dear Santa. I've been a good boy or girl, or they. I would like this for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be great.
We'll do that.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.